Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. My name is 3 Chord Dave. Thank you very much for hanging out with me today. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe because you know we're on YouTube and you got to do those kind of things. That would be super cool. Don't forget, I do leave links to all of my guitar gear and a secret shirt of the week down in the description below. So if you want to support the channel and buy some cool guitar stuff or a rock and roll t-shirt, links in the description below. So don't forget to check that out. Thank you very much for that. Now, today I wanted to have a quick conversation with you about relic guitars, or as Fender are starting to call them, road worn. The reason I want to talk to you about them is I don't get it. So here is an example of a road worn Fender Vintera series. In fact, they've just brought out some these as a for the first time. They've never had a affordable road worn or relic series, and now they have in around about the €1,000, $1,000, £1,000 price range, maybe just a little bit above in dollars and euros. But the thing is, people pay huge money for relic guitars, and I've never really understood it. I think it is kind of one of those love or hate situations with these guitars. And if you don't know what a relic or road worn guitar is basically a brand new guitar that they make look like it's decades old and has been on the road or gigged many times. Um, I think the idea was to make it feel like you're buying a guitar with history, but you're not. You're just buying a brand new guitar that has had a different design put on them. And as you can see from the examples that I'm showing here, they tend to be very lightly, I don't know, worn. I suppose there's little chips of paint. There's cracking in the finish. There's little marks here and there, dings. There's some buckle rash on the back. But the thing is, they cost as much as a brand new guitar. So why do people not want their guitars to look good? I don't know. I mean, I'm in the camp where I do not want any kind of dings or scratches or bashes or anything like that on my guitars because, they cost me a lot of money, or they cost me enough money that I care about them and want to keep them as pristine as possible. Now, look, I get it. There's lots of people who want this look, this used kind of vintage style. And that's cool. If that's your thing, that's your thing. And that's great. But I'd love to know in the comments what your feelings are on these relic or road worn guitars. Would you pay €1,000 for a guitar that's a little bit beat up? And then here's the other side of it. These Vintera guitars, they're essentially made to a template. So what Fender are doing is every part of the guitar, let's say you have 5 guitars in the same range, 5 of these Strats, for example, they will all have marks and scratches and dents and so on in exactly the same place. So your guitar is not that special. It's not a one-off. It's not that these make the guitars more unique. Every road worn guitar essentially, well, not maybe the exact same marks, will have some very similar look to them. Um, I believe as well the same template will be followed for the 50s and 60s guitars that they're going to do, and Telecasters will, like all the Telecasters, will have the same markings on them. All the Stratocasters will have the same markings on them. Now, when the custom shop does relic guitars, they have a master builder usually take it and do his thing or her thing at the time, and they scratch them up. They do individually different things. So the theory being each one is unique and different and can only be that guitar. But these are more mass-produced, more replicated versions of the same thing. So what do you think on that? Does that make you want the guitar less, or do you not care? Is it something that you would still be interested in? And then you have the other side of the coin. You've got Gibson, who are coming out of a huge range of heavy relic Les Pauls, and these are incredibly put through the mill. I mean, I don't know the techniques they use, but these are made to look like they have been just dug up from some barn somewhere after being abused for 50 years, pretty much. Um, and again, I don't get that. I mean, if I was buying an old guitar, I'd want it to be in as good a condition as possible. I get that you'll have dings and scratches and stuff, but you want it to be as close to original as possible. And I think that's why reissue guitars are so popular. things like, say, a Gibson or 9, which is a 1959 reissue. That guitar, people, if that's not pristine, people will send it back. It's like you're buying a 1959 guitar in 1959. That's the idea. But these road worn guitars, especially, like, there's something about them that's just doesn't sit right with me, because it's like you're trying to buy character, and you can either have character or build up character over time, but you can't buy character. So to me, every time I looked at that guitar that I had bought as road worn, I'd feel like I was cheating myself, or just not being authentic. So I don't know. Look, that's just my opinion. I'm sure plenty of people out there have an opposite opinion, and that's what I'd love to know. What exactly is it that draws people to these road worn or relic guitars? Change my mind. I would absolutely love it if somebody out there could tell me why these are so enticing or so lovely, or so desirable, because this is a new thing. Fender have made these road worn guitars more affordable by bringing them down to that price range. Usually you'd be talking about custom shop guitars that they do this with, so I don't think you get much change out of 3,000 euros if you were looking for something that's road worn or relic in the past. So it's obviously a feature people want and were willing to pay for, enough so that they're bringing it to the mass market more so now with their €1,000 guitars. So that's all I wanted to talk about, guys. I'd love to know your thoughts, as I've said a couple of times. Put them in the comments section down below. While you're down there, hit that subscribe button and the like button. That would really help me out. Don't forget to check out the links. All of the guitar stuff that I use is in there. I'll keep adding to it. And if there's anything you want to know about what I use, ask me a question in the comments. I'll pop you a link to it as well. And don't forget, there is a link to the secret t-shirt of the week, which is a rock and roll inspired t-shirt available on Amazon. Link there in the description below, so you can even just check it out just for fun. Thanks very much for joining me today, guys. I will see you soon on the next one. Should be Saturday. Until then, take care.